This is an incredible time in this country in terms of athletics and what the power that athletes have and the platform that they have. And at the Undefeated, we do a lot of stuff around the intersections of race, sports, and culture, but specifically about what's really going on in the country in terms of race relations and a lot of what athletes are doing, what athletes are speaking out about, and what they're trying to accomplish. So we think we've got a great panel tonight, with several great panels tonight, and we think we've got some incredible people to talk on this subject.
Yeah, I'm just excited because as part of our determining what's going on in the country, we don't need a filter. We can go to the athletes themselves through their social media, through their different platforms, and that really makes it a different times in terms of access, in terms of just being able to be privy to what they're thinking. And so I'm really looking forward to digging into that.
Yeah, we all are. So really, the next person we're about to introduce doesn't need an introduction here. He's an institution. He's one of the best track and field coaches in the country. He is one of the best in the SEC, obviously. And he's someone who's going to come out here and talk specifically about what we're talking about for the rest of the evening. Can we have a big old hand for Coach Mike Mouse Holloway? Wait a minute, hold on. As often happens, Lonnae correctly corrected me. We also have to say that Coach Holloway is the first African American to be named the head coach of the Olympic team. So once again, let's give it up again.
And then we go on.
Good evening. And we can do better than that. All these people in here were whispering. Good evening. Thank you. Well, as he said, I'm Mike Holloway. My friends, my dear friends, and even some of my enemies lovingly call me Mouse. I'm the head track and field coach here at the University of Florida, and I'm starting my 25th year here, so I'm entrenched. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. And I want to welcome everybody to tonight's town meeting. Before I get started, I want to do as I always do. I want to thank God for being the head of my life. And I also want to thank my lovely wife. I don't know where she's back there hiding video, and I'm sure there she is, for being here and supporting me. I also want to thank everybody associated with this program for thinking that I had something to say that you guys might want to hear, and I will do my best not to disappoint, I promise, okay? So today we're going to just kind of discuss the growing influence of black athletes and leaders in America and how we can use that influence to effect not just a change, but a positive change in our society. Now, as I get started today, I want everybody in the room to remember this question. What line are you in? Okay? What line are you in? So I define positive influence as words and actions to create a positive environment that create a pattern towards success. You know, obviously being a collegiate coach, success is big. As I tell my athletes all the time, trust me, I don't want you to run slow. I like my job. So I need you to run fast and jump far and throw far and all that stuff. So a positive influence, words and actions is create a positive environment and create a pathway towards success, okay? Now, here's a major problem we face, not just here in Gainesville, in the society, all the world. This world is absolutely filled with unsuccessful people with talent, okay? And you think about that. So I want you to imagine, you know, a lot of you get up on Friday morning after Thanksgiving and you go to Black Friday, right? You know how long those lines are. The problem with this line is it doesn't move. And there are people added to it every day. So ask yourself, why would you want to be in that line? There's negativity there. There's nothing positive going on. And again, the line never moves. So how do we go about creating a positive change in our society? What I like to do is I like to use with my team, with my athletes, with the young men and young women that I mentor, I use what I call my P's, okay? Pride, passion, preparation, and people. Let me say that again. Pride, passion, preparation, and people. Well, let's examine those a little bit. Let's start with pride. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress. When you walk in a room and you're not dressed very well, your pants are hanging down around your ankles, we're speaking Ebonics, we're grabbing our crotch. What kind of message does that send? Now, these are the people, your future employer might be in that room. Somebody that wants to help you make a difference in your life, and you've ruined that because of your very first impression, which you can never make another first impression, okay? So understand that everything you do from the moment you walk out your house every morning is a symbol of how prideful you are and who you are, okay? Well, let's talk about passion. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm incredibly passionate about everything I do. From the moment my feet hit the floor in the morning to the moment I fall asleep at night, I am working tirelessly to get better. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what are you passionate about? And if that's something that can affect a positive change, not just in your life, but in everybody else's life around you. Now, we know some people that are passionate about things, okay? We don't need to discuss those things here, but those are things we don't need to be passionate about. So when you wake up every morning, and that's the first thing on your mind, and before you fall asleep at night, that's the last thing you think about, that's when you know that you're passionate about something. The next one, preparation, is the simplest thing ever. If you're failing to prepare, we're preparing to fail. We've all heard that, okay? So what's your plan? Do you have a plan? How many of you have that plan and you've taken it and you slid it in a drawer someplace, or you saved it on your computer someplace and I want to get back to it and you never do? So if you're going to take the time and make a plan, then take the time to follow it. Take the time to fight for the things that you claim you want to do. Don't be that person, and we all know that person that says, this is my plan, and you talk to them 5 years later, and it's still their plan, right? Don't be that person. As I talk to my athletes all the time, we're going to set realistic goals, and then we're going to fight like crazy to get there. And then when we get there, we're going to fight. We'll set a new goal and fight to get that one, okay? Now, the last one is people, and that one's huge because you have to surround yourself that people are like-minded, people that think like you, people that feel like you, people that share your passion, right? At the beginning of every season, I tell my team this. If you want to be a drug dealer, go find one and hang around them. You want to be a crackhead, go find one and hang around them, and you will become them. You are absolutely the people you spend the most time with. It's just that simple. So when you talk about being successful in life and making a change in life, understand that the people you deal with on a daily basis have a great effect on who you are and how you act. That's very important that you don't let those people pull you down. I don't do negativity and I don't do drama. The one thing I can control is my life. So I ask you to take control of yours and don't let people do those things to you. Now, let me talk to you about a second line. This is a much shorter line. It's filled with positive, hardworking people who are striving not only to better themselves, but others as well. The problem with that line is, in my mind, it's too short. So we've got to find a way to add to that line, okay? The problem with putting people in that line is that too often in life, we have been taught, we have learned to love things and use people. That's your problem. To love things and use people. So we've got to flip that. We've got to learn to love people and use things. Because I can go buy a new washer and dryer. I can't buy a new wife. I can't buy a new mother. I can't buy a new friend. Okay? I love to say, they let me out the ghetto and I'm not going back. Unless I'm going to get somebody else out. So I challenge you to go back and help those who can't help themselves. The more successful I become in life, I take every chance I get to help somebody else. Daily, it is my goal to help someone get better. So I want to challenge everybody in the room tonight to better yourselves, but also be a positive influence on everybody around you. Everybody around you. Anybody you come in contact with, when they walk away, they should be thinking, man, he or she made a great impact on me. Now let's get back to that question. Which line are you in? You're in that long, unmoving, uncaring, unmotivated line that's going absolutely nowhere, or that line that needs to be longer and needs to be filled with people that are trying to help others get better. I don't know about you, but I want to be in the short line. Okay? So I asked you to start by bettering yourself, then reach back and bring someone with you. And when you bring them with you, then you challenge them to reach back and bring somebody with them. Because as you do that, that short line gets longer and longer. And then everything becomes more positive. And then every now and again, as a reminder to yourself, stop, put your feet up, and ask yourself, what line am I in? It's important. I thank you for your time, and I hope you guys really enjoy the discussions and the topics that are coming up behind me. God bless you guys and have a good night.